Hello and welcome to this short video about the flipped classroom, or flipped teaching as you might have heard of it. I'm sure you've all heard about this, but maybe you're not too sure about exactly what it means or entails. You might think it's something that's only for IT or computer-based programs, and it's not necessarily. So what is it? Well, essentially it's where we take the input, that is me talking to you, giving you a lecture or something, and instead of putting it in the class, we put it outside. And the output, that is the production, what the student makes, comes inside the classroom. That's what flipped means. Some people say it's like watching your students do the homework in the class. But why do it? Well, it means that we can get greater differentiation for our students for a start. If we have students watching our videos and watching our lectures in their own homes, they can watch them again and again and bring their knowledge into the class, which means we can actually see what they're doing. That's the advantage of it. It also means the things that you do day in and day out, the things you lecture again and again, you can put online and they are available and accessible to all our students. Well, what about the history of it? Some people think that flipped learning has only been around for a short time, but in fact it started back in the 1990s when a professor of physics at an American university decided it would be better off to record his lectures so students could access them. It goes right back to the early days of the internet. And then it's picked up by people, for example, like the founder of the Khan Academy. You've probably heard of the Khan Academy in America. We have thousands of lessons online for free for students, and a lot of classes and schools have bought into the Khan Academy project. It doesn't have to be that big. The ideal flipped classroom is one that's still an interaction between the teacher, the tutor that is, and the students. And that's why flipped classrooms work particularly well when you, as a teacher, are actually delivering the lecture itself. It's that connection you have with your students, that trust and that bond of trust you might have with them. And if students can see you online and listen to what you have to say, they're more likely to listen to it, watch it, use it, and apply it. So how do we do it? Well, it doesn't take a lot. I'm just using this here, which is my digital camera. You could use a smartphone to record yourself. You could use voice recording software. It could even be a mixture of media, so a bit of video, a bit of sound, just some reading to do. All of those things that are essentially input that you give to the student, and you give them in some kind of online format. Why is it useful? Well, I said at the beginning, it's about differentiation. You might show a video to a student and they might watch it once and they get the idea. Some other students might need to watch it 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 times. It doesn't matter. It's up to them how often they should do it. And how long should these videos be? Well, not long. This one, for example, is about 5 minutes long. Something like that. That's that bite-sized chunk, that little thing that people will watch because everyone's got 5 minutes. The beauty of the flipped classroom, of this kind of input being given like this, is it's accessible anywhere. A student's got a smartphone, they can pick up an audio recording or a video from YouTube. They've got a tablet, they can do the same. They can watch it on a computer at home or at the school itself during their break time. So they're getting the input. And then, once they've got their ideas, they then come to class, and that's when the output happens. It means that in the classroom environment, you're spending more time looking at what students can do and produce. You can see how well they're performing or if they need extra help. And that's why the flipped classroom is a very useful idea. Well, what about what it can be applied for? There's no subject it can't be used in. Computer-based ones obviously are the ones that come to mind, but you might demonstrate things. For example, let's say in a hair and beauty course you might demonstrate a particular cutting technique. In carpentry you might show a video of a particular technique for cutting wood or something like this. In language teaching you can demonstrate a language point. That's my particular area. But you can use these videos to explain a given idea and then get the students in class to show how much of it they've understood. And that's why flipped learning is a great idea. It might take a bit of work to set up at the beginning. You do have to think about what you're going to say and what you're going to produce, and think of the time limit and time constraint involved. But once you've done that, that video is there forever and can be used again and again. And in fact, this video itself is part of a flipped learning experience. As you watch this, and then in the classroom session you're going to think about how you can apply it to your own classes.